Let me first thanks our organizing team for giving me this opportunity to be a part of today's session and this 10 days refresher program, faculty development program. The topic which is assigned to me is very interesting. I don't know how many faculty currently they're acting as a mentor, or maybe they're having or running this particular program, mentorship program, to their respective institute. Is anyone having this mentorship program in their respective institute or colleges? Anyone? You can just type chat in the chat box. You can just type your responses as well. Okay, so this is something which is very, very relevant, and I think today is the last topic. We are ending this refresher course by very important aspects, because the topic mentoring students in higher education institute, something which is directly related to the objective of higher education institute. So, ma'am, second slide, please. In your life, to whom you are considering your mentor? I think if I'm asking this question to every participant, we feel that your parents, we feel that they are our mentor. Very true. Because from our upbringing, during that particular phase of a life, we need support because we are not getting anything, and they are our mentor. But towards the journey of a life, we need someone to help, to give a particular support mentally and the professionally towards the career advancement. Plus, it is very much important that somebody we need to help guide towards the professional or career development. So here, the mentorship program exists. In Indian, if we just go and read some scripture or books or the novels, we'll find that this particular concept, mentorship concept, it's rooted in the soil of Indian culture. And that is, again, we have our family function, and the system will also find the mentorship program in our family system, in our social system. And same thing we have adopted in our education system. The program is very simple. We need to, if you want to make this mentorship program very successful in your respective place, because something at the end of every program, we need to take away very concrete or something which is really helpful to you as an individual faculty and to your student and to your personal life as well. This is very much important. So what is the takeaway? We need to know that if we are going through this particular topic, we need to understand that how it is very much important in your respective institute as well as in your personal life also. So we will see the mentorship program. Let me start with what exactly this mentorship program. So mentoring is unique method of supporting students to improve their learning and development leadership skill, motivating them towards their future career development. A mentorship is a relationship between two people where the individuals with more experience, knowledge, and the connection is able to pass along what he has learned to a junior colleague with a certain field. Mentoring involves personal interaction with the mentee. So here we can consider that mentorship program can be a formal as well as an informal. So that is up to you, as if you are acting as a mentor and suppose you are acting as a mentee. How you consider this mentorship program, that is up to you. Mentoring is essentially a formalized relationship that supports and encourages professional learning. In a mentoring, a sound and trusting relationship will really rely upon the degree of understanding and responsibility shared by the mentoring partners. Now here, mentoring partners are a mentor who are a guide, role model, and mentee who seek advice or help from the mentor. Next slide, please, ma'am. The establishment of the relationship is very crucial and will determine the level and the quality of dialogue. So whenever we want to start with this mentorship program, we need some strategy, we need some concrete planning. Then only we can succeed in the mentorship program if you want to implement this program into your respective organization. Mentoring is a dynamic process, and the developmental network of mentoring can help mentees identify several mentors who can address variety of career related needs. So mentoring is, according to Eric Pausel, the Oxford School of Coaching and Mentoring, he derived mentoring is to support and encourage people to manage their own learning in order that they maximize their potential, develop their skills, improve their performance, and become the person they want to be. Because normally in during our upbringing also, whenever we meet to the new person or some, that's a common question which is asked by everyone in the family also, in the relative also, in the friend circle also. What would you would like to be in future? है ना? आपको आगे जाके क्या होना है? So this is that time we was very young and we are not able to understand like what exactly I want to become in my life. So here this actually the process of your development already started. Next slide, please, ma'am. So this is something which is very much important, that mentorship program in higher education play a vital role in fostering academic and personal growth among students. These programs connect students with the experienced mentors who provide guidance, support, and insight to help them navigate their educational and the career path. Now here, according to the Higher Education Institute, the relevancy of this mentorship program is directly connected with the requirement of a NAC also. Everyone is aware about the NAC, that is National Accreditation. So here, according to the criteria number 2, they are also asking for this mentorship program and the total process and the feedback, or we need to provide a proof with the proper documentation according to the NAC. So I request that if you don't have this mentorship program as a part of your higher education practice institute practices, so start plan, because this is now we are end of the academic year 23-24, and soon we are going to start with the new academic session from 24-25. So the particular mentorship program really help you to give or to score a good marks according to the criteria number 2. Next slide, please, ma'am. Now, these are a certain objective of mentorship program. So, whenever we plan any initiative in the organization, it's supposed to be start with some objective. Now, here the mentorship program, here we need to keep some objective. So here our point of a like a center here is a student, and in the uh, role model here we are using the expertise of all the faculty. Maybe we can have here your regular faculty, or we can just take a help from some industry expertise or the person who are expert in that particular domain area. So motivation, that is very important objective of a mentorship program. Advice, success, direction, coaching, support, goal oriented, and the training. So these are the core objectives of this mentorship program. Next slide, please, ma'am. So we will discuss one by one what are the important aspects and the objective of mentorship program. So this relationship emphasizes helping the individual grow and accomplish goals and include several approaches to doing so. That's a regular activity, it's not a one-day event. A mentoring experiences may provide a professional and the career development support, role modeling, and psychological support. Mentoring experience should include plan activities with the mentor. So in current scenario, we are not only looking for the professional and the career development, we are also looking for a psychological development, because every day if you tune a channel, any channel, news channel, we are getting a report that the suicidal rate, or maybe the people they are in a stress management, stress manage, how to manage stress. So these are a very so many these are the very big issues nowadays which is happening in the our society. So somewhere we need to consider that the today's generation who need help in the psychological level as well. So to help the student in this concern, the mentor need to keep his stress level. He need to manage his stress and then help student by giving the psychological support, by various things, by various activity. We need to plan accordingly. The purpose of a mentor is to help you grow as a person and become the best version of yourself. This may involve helping you achieve your personal or the career goal, introducing you to a new ways of thinking, challenging your limiting assumption, sharing valuable life lesson, and much more. So it is very much important that the how to think, we have that is aspects in the thinking process. That is the one aspect of organization behavior and the behavioral science. But we need to help a mentee to how to think in a positive perspective, not in a negative perspective. That's somewhere help the mentee. Now, next slide, please, ma'am. Primary objective of the mentorship program. So we just categorize into various aspects. Academic support. This is for a simplicity because if we consider it's a big aspects. So academic support, how we can help the mentee assisting students with the academic challenges and helping them achieve their educational growth. When students are taking admission to your respective institute, at the initial stage, we can conduct the psychometric testing. This can be done with the both the way, offline as well as offline. So if you want to conduct the online, there are a different software available or ready-made psychological tests available. You need to Google it. And there are offline mode also. You can set some questions or various tricks can be used to test whether the students who enroll in your respective institute are a slow learner or a fast learner. Because this is in the respective institute, we are considering mentorship is a formal program. And again, we can also start this mentorship as an informal way also. So this is very much important that according to that, we need to plan certain activity where we can understand the demand of the student, and according to that, how we can support the respective mentee into the academic part. Next is a career guidance, providing advice on a career planning, internship, job search strategy, and the professional development. Again, for this, mentor is not the one person who can just guide according to the requirement of a mentee. Here, the mentor, he can take a help from whole the institute, or that you need to make that ecosystem where you can provide the guidance on the career. So here, very much important aspects of that career planning. Students, they are totally blank at that entry stage. If they are selecting the particular stream, but what is next? What is the scope for this particular stream? So we need to guide them according to that. Create the interest, identify the market challenges, market trends, and help them to progress according to that. We can provide them opportunity for internship, then job search strategy. The next objective is a personal development. Now here we are aware about that personality is very important aspect of any student or any mentee. Here we need to identify the key parameter, what is included into the personality development. So according to that, because if you consider a personality, here there are different sets of a soft skill. We have a presentation skill, we have a communication skill, we have an understanding skill, we have a various skill sets which is considered into the personality development. Supporting student in developing a soft skills such as a communication, leadership, and a time management, there are many. So if you able to understand the requirement, few students, few mentee, they are very what we can say, they are introvert. We need to understand that, and then we need to make them a practice of presentation skill. People, they are not coming with their ideas, so you need to help them to how to convert or how to communicate, how to manage your time, because time is equally given. 24 hours is same with everyone, but how to utilize that particular time in a positive aspect, that is very much important. So something which is very much relevant to your personality, that come in the personal development. The next is networking opportunity. So here, the objective of mentorship program, why we take a networking opportunity as one of the prime objective. In current scenario, we are a social animal. We can't live alone. There are lots of experiments done by the various scientists. but like just we can just lock yourself into one room. We can stay 1 day, 2 day, but not more than that. So this is here, it is very much important. We need someone to share your emotion, to discuss, to take an idea, to give an idea, to pamper, to, this is very much important. Now here, networking opportunity, helping students build professional networks and connect with the industry professional. So you're helping each other. What are exactly the meaning of our networking opportunity? Because sometimes networking helps the student to reach to their destination. So here the networking opportunity, your current existing student, they can create their own network with the alumni, that is the past students. Even we can help, we can take a help of the industry or the different institute also. There are many organizations in India, they are started with the taking their student into the abroad or like exchange program. So here, that is, what is that? This is a networking opportunity. You are aware, you are giving the platform to your student to understand the culture of the different region, different nation, or different country. So this is a networking opportunity. Emotional support, so this is very much important. Somewhere here, the emotions is directly real, and that is a prime aspects of your behavior. So now, emotional support, offering a safe space for students to discuss personal issues and stresses, contributing to their overall well-being. Now, emotional support here, just say, I said that few students or a mentee, they are very introvert. They are shy. They are afraid of to start the communication with the unknown person. So here, or maybe they are always in a stress. So we need to understand the emotional behavior or intelligence play a vital role into the mentorship program. Prior to that, the mentor also, he need to work on his personal emotional intelligence level. So this is very much important, that then only we can make this program successful. Next slide, please, ma'am. Now, what are the benefits of mentorship program? So that could be a possible question that every participant say, like if we are implementing this mentorship program into the respective institute, what could be the possible benefit? Because that is something we are investing the time, investing the money, investing the many things in to run this mentorship program in our own organization. So gain support and knowledge, become more productive employees. So here there are many aspects, there are many benefits. So few are like impactful mentoring provides mentees with the advice, wisdom, and encouragement, as well as the new skill institutional knowledge, whereas feedbacks and the guidance from mentors can improve workplace performance. If we are getting a feedback from the mentee or from the everyone, directly help to improvement, because we are always looking according to the Kaizen principle. We are always looking for improvement. That is a continuous improvement. So here is become a more productive, or students or the mentee, they're always seeking, and then this is a what we can say the win-win situation for both as a student and to the institute. The mentoring relationship help you grow both personally and professionally. Positive mentors are natural role models. They help shape your behavior, work ethics, and social persona in positive way. They provide a professional guidance and help you identify and work toward your professional goal. So you might have heard that respected Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, he always focus on that is the one thing which is the we have taken from our culture, that is Vasundhaiva Kutumbakam. So here, if we are focusing on a mentorship program, the student during their tenure in your organization as a student, they are helping or they are taking many things so that they can implement at their workplace once they join the organization, as like how to help each other. uh, there are various aspects of their personal behavior, how to behave with others, how to motivate others. So these are a certain benefits of the mentorship program. This is a long lasting which give a impact on your social behavior as well. As next slide, please, ma'am. So mentoring programs are strong resources that ensure students are receiving the full support they need to be successful during and after college as well. As the process when we start at the early stage in when they join or enroll in your respective organization. But it is not like just when they completing or they're taking their degree certificate, we just finish with their mentorship program. No, we can continue this mentorship program. That is depend on the mentor-mentee relationship, how that both individual they take or carry this mentorship program. This is totally depend on them. So as a tool, mentoring help transition student from life as a new student graduation and then onto their full career. Mentoring student in a higher education can help them assimilate to a new academic topic and the increased likelihood of academic success. These are some mentoring tips for mentoring students. So identify clear goals and expectation. Now, when initially what happened, we need to once student join in an organization, do a systematic planning in the proportion of the student and the faculty ratio. You distribute the mentors, so you can plan accordingly. You can have your own benchmark, who will be the mentor of which particular group or one-to-one, like that. And then there's supposed to be first step supposed to be like meeting, individual meeting, or it can be a group meeting with the one mentee and one mentor and many mentee. During that one-to-one conversation with your mentee, you start discuss on like expectation of that particular student, and then what are the goals. If once we are able to understand the goals, like we can subdivide it into various objective, and we can convert it as a mission statement, or like then that is a responsibility of a mentee and the mentor to work on the objective. Adopt a flexible schedule. Now, to achieve that particular objective, we need to make a proper schedule, time based. Like within a 2 months, we need to achieve this. We need to, in a first semester, we need to achieve this. These are a clear goal and an objective we need to plan with the time period. That is really important. Encourage self advocacy. There are many students or a mentee who are very shy. So here we need to make or create some ecosystem where students they can come forward with their question, with their doubt, with their ideas, with their whatever they want to express, and they can share freely with the mentor. So this is something which is very much important. So in that way, we need to motivate them. Utilize a check-in system to receive updates. So this is again very much important. Establish a deadline and stick to them. So we need to keep some benchmark with the deadline, that if you are not able to achieve that, what is next? Also, what was the impact of if we are not able to achieve that particular skill or whatever we want to achieve according to your step number 1 and 2. Hold regular meeting to report progress. So this is something, even in my institute, we have a regular meeting with a mentee, one-to-one and one-to-many. That's, we have a various groups. We have converted that particular with the specialization wise also. And we are also holding a regular meeting with a proper notice. And I think, again, we have already kept, if you want to, suppose any mentee, if you want to or she want to connect or contact any mentor, they can contact them anytime. We have nowadays we are blessed with the lots of sources of connectivity, like maybe they can chat, they can drop a message, mail, WhatsApps, or video call, video conferencing. So we can use according to the comparability of both the party. We can use any mode of a channel for a communication process. So, but this is very much important, that to take a feedback from a mentee, encourage student to ask a question. So this is something which is very much important. I have seen many schools or institute here. The culture is like that. Suppose the student, they're asking a question, then the student or the faculty, they are asking that he don't ask such question, because they are asking them, he come in my cubicle, come in my cabin, and then there will be one-to-one. So somewhere this practice stopping them to raise a question in during your regular class. So here we need to help the students. So why not in front of, because maybe in the during your regular session also, There are many students who are introvert or who are afraid of or who are very shy. They are not having that courage to raise the same query. So this is a one opportunity that student will get during the regular classes. They can raise a question, and we need to provide them a this particular system where they can raise any type of a question relevant to their topic, relevant to the that particular mentorship program. Give quality feedback on assignment, project, or a task. So this is something during this mentorship program we can assign them small activities, small various tasks, field works, various reports. We just maybe help them to generate some idea, make them socialize. So various tools and tricks can be used to make the mentorship program successful. Next slide, please, ma'am. So in a mentorship function, we have categorized the to make this mentorship program very successful. We have categorized the mentorship functions into the support function and the career oriented function. So first, which is very much important, that directly related to your personal upbringing or what we say the psychological support, which is directly related to behavioral aspects and various activities. Now, psychological and emotional support, everyone required that. So, mentor encourage mentees helps with the problem solving and use active listening technique. So, here, both the party, not only the mentee or a mentor, both the party, they need active listening technique. Because suppose me as a mentee asking my mentor to solve my issue, and I'm narrating my issue or narrating my problem to my mentor, but he's not that much an active listener. So what I want to communicate to my mentor, if he or she is not able to understand what exactly my problem, he will not able to guide me. So this particular listening skill is applicable to both the party, that is a mentor as well as a mentee. I always feel that the communication process, so in that, before communicating, your listening skill is very much important. So that is my personal opinion. I feel that we need to inculcate the strong active listening skill that is more important for everyone. Now, role modeling, mentors serve as a guide for a mentees. Your mentee, they're looking towards your perspective and they consider you as a role model. So you need to improve your behavior as well as. Mentors serve as a guide for a mentee's behavior, values, and attitude. Mentees benefit for engaging with a mentor who share values and a deep level similarity with them. Allow mentees to see themselves as a future academic. So this is very much important that they are considering. So here we also need to keep changing or adapting, or whenever necessary, we need to add value addition to your personality. So that is important aspect for a mentorship function. Next function, that is a career oriented. Next slide, please, ma'am. Career guidance. Now, this is something in a higher education institute, keeping the placement. I think every faculty who are a participant here, they are facing this issue. Whenever the in a higher education student, they are taking admission, they're looking for the placement. They're looking for a internship because that is their main aim of the higher education. So now here, career guidance, we need to understand, because we have initiated this mentorship program with the something which is very much important, that identifying a slow learner and a fast learner. So from that basic or that day one, we are systematically planning this mentorship program, which definitely there is room for a career guidance support. And here we need to understand the interest of that particular mentee. According to that, we need to guide. And parallel to this, for a career guidance, we also need to understand the demand in the market, identify the current labor market, nationally, internationally, in various domains, in various particular sector like automobile, MNC, various even education sector. So we need to have that particular information first so that we can help the students in proper way. Mentor provides support for assessing and choosing an academic and a career path by evaluating mentees' strengths, weaknesses, interests, and abilities. So for this is an initiative taken by me in my institute, as well as when we are planning this mentorship program, we are asking them to submit their SWOT during an induction program itself. So SWOT indicate that is their strength, their weaknesses, their interest, their here opportunity and trades. The SWOT, which is of a four chamber, column or four windows, they are writing into their what are their strength, what are their weaknesses, what are the opportunity and trades. So this is something which is very much important, and we are asking them to write it again after every 2 months. So here also we can evaluate the progress as well as. So the mentor's role include helping mentees reflect and think critically and about their personal goal, facilitating the mentees' reflection on an exploration of their interests, ability, beliefs, and idea. If you just, I'm just sharing one example that students nowadays they are making themselves ready for the market opportunity. So now, if we consider that the market, the demand specifically for a specific skill like AI, artificial intelligence, computer-oriented skills, business analytics. So these are very much catchy in nowadays. And every student, they want to achieve the success into respective current field. But here, few students, they are something, they are not aware about this new concept. So we need to, again, understand the demand in the market, but we can't force them. You need to start having all these particular according to the market demand only. If they are expert in various, like just in a designing or maybe in a performing art or something which they feel that they want to make the career into their, convert their hobby into career, in that way also we need to understand, and we can make this mentorship program perspective in that way. Reviewing the mentee's progress toward their goal. So this is very much important, that challenging mentee's decision or avoidance of a decision and helping mentees to realize their professional aspiration. Because you might have heard that there are many students, many professional, though they're expert, they have gained the knowledge, they have gained the degrees, they have gained a mastery on that specific skill, but they have converted their hobbies into their profession. So we need to understand there is no harm if you are converting your hobbies into your profession. Skill development, mentor educates, evaluate, and challenge mentees academically and professionally. Tutors or provides training, focuses on the subject learning. Whereas the sponsorship, here it is very much important that the people, maybe many students, they are coming from weaker section of society, or they don't have that much money, or what we can say, the according to the requirement, maybe concerning the fees. So sponsorship, mentor publicly acknowledge the achievements of a mentees and advocate for me. So this is something. Now, if you are aware about that particular mentee is expert in this particular skill, and we need to understand there are many government or policy or the agency, non-government also, they are providing the scholarship, freeship for the professional development. But prior to that, we both mentor and mentee need to understand, and we need to collect the data so that it can be helpful to your mentee. So now sponsorship means sponsoring them not only with the knowledge, sponsoring with the possibility of making their economic standard, or maybe in the form of a fellowship or a scholarship or a free ship. So these are the provision under the sponsorship. Next slide, please, ma'am. Now, how college mentors can foster student success? So we need to raise many questions under this mentorship program. A college mentor can support students in their academic and professional pursuit. College mentors can offer professional advice and guidance as well as a personal support. An effective mentor listens to students' need, is flexible, and can identify solution to their problem. Students can benefit from having multiple mentors, each offering unique skills and experience. Now, this is a choice of a student, whether they want to they want to remain into the formal mentorship program, or choice is there, they can select many other faculty or many other industry expert or a role model as their mentor. Even in my life, my all what we can say, the professor in during my engineering, during my MBA. So still, though I am a professor now, but still, whenever I need, I'm seeking and I'm asking the help. So this is very much important to maintain the relationship with your former mentor. In pursuing a virtual relationship, a mentorship, make sure you communicate your expectation clearly. So this is very much important. There in this particular relationship, the transparency is very much important. Next slide, please, ma'am. How mentor helps students during a transition. Now, transition means what? Like suppose they're enrolling into your institute immediate after their junior college, or maybe suppose you are into the higher education, so from junior college to the higher education. So during this, it is very much important that, because again, during this transition, students, they are confused, they are not getting a exact what is next. So you are working as a torch, you are working as a candle, you are working as giving them light, like what is the next according to their choice. Understand their expectation, understand their what they wanted to be in their future, and then according to you can guide them. Having adequate support during these times can improve students' experience and their ability to succeed. So this support can come from many places, including mentors who share with the students what they learned when they underwent similar transition in their lives. Many times, in your this particular transition, many mentees, they are away from their parents or their from their hometown first time in their life, so they're totally confused. Many students, and maybe age doesn't matter, but they feel homesick. So during that particular phase in their life, before settling them into the new academic condition or environment, mentor, they are guiding at very, what we can say, the personal level. Students can connect with the potential mentors in many ways, such as by talking with the faculty members, on campus supervisors, and the academic advisor. So formal mentorship program are also common at college campuses. Now, the goal of this program include increased retention and the graduation rates, higher academic achievement, and guided career exploration. The college mentorship program can be particularly beneficial for a specific groups such as the first year students, first generation students, and students of the color. So this is where still in India, there are a few part of the society, like we are always saying that there is no discrimination in the education system, but still I don't know how many faculty they maybe they are uh, like my statement, but still even many faculty, they are discriminating a student on the basis of caste, creed, religion, color, gender, and many ways. So here, this is something we need to avoid certain things if we are working as a mentor, and during the mentorship we need to avoid. So it is not allowed in the mentorship program. If you start a mentorship program having all this criticism in the mind, the objective of a mentorship program is never achieved. So strictly warn yourself, keep yourself neutral, and then start acting as a mentor for your mentee. Next slide, please, ma'am. Supporting the mentoring relationship. So mentoring has long been recognized as a powerful tool in the career development. Early career psychologists are advised to find mentors either informally on their own or to participate in the formal mentoring. So here, this is one slide I prepared for the new joinee as a faculty. Even this mentorship program in higher education doesn't mean that is only applicable to the new students or a first year student or only a students. Mentorship program also help the faculty who join or maybe a early career, they are enter into the academic. So here also their existing or the professors or the person or the teachers who are having the experience, they can be act as a mentor to their junior colleague, and they can start such type of a relationship, because maybe They don't have the teaching experience. They don't have the academic experience to how to enter into the class, how to deal with the student, how to understand the students and all, make student teacher relationship. So here the mentorship program also can be, you need to form with the student teacher also. So that is one aspect in the mentorship program in a higher education system. Next slide please, ma'am. Now these are the stages of mentoring. Very simple. We need to start with prepare. Now what do you mean by prepare? We need to plan. We need to frame some strategy step by step. Concrete planning, it is very much important. Keeping a concrete and realistic objectives which can be measurable, smart objective, and we need to start preparing a plan for a mentorship program. Then initiate one by one. We need to implement that, cultivate. We need to practice that, and then evaluate. So evaluate is very much important. Unless and until we don't have evaluation system of this mentorship program, we are not able to understand that whether we are succeeding in the mentorship program or not, whether we have achieved the objective which is set at the your planning stage or first stage or not. So this is the fourth stage of a mentoring relationship in any system. Either it is in academics, either it is in a industry. So it is applicable in both the culture. Next slide, please, ma'am. Support is to be ensured broadly in time allocation. So this is something which is very much important, that where we need a support, a well-considered teaching load and the class allocation. So this is which I was looking for. If the faculty, they are involved into the mentorship program, we need to plan the program by considering at the every institute they have a practice of having the academic calendar. That is in the beginning of any new academic year. So in that academic calendar only, we need to keep a provision of the mentorship event and activity. So, well, the position of induction and the induction and mentor coordinator as a leadership position in the higher education institute. Regular and the timetable mentoring meetings on a weekly or fortnightly basis. So if we are having all this particular allocation of a time frame, we have after every 1 month, various activity. It could be group activity, and that is every mentor, they can plan or publish their mentorship activity into academic calendar, which also help the other mentor and mentee to, maybe they can start various initiative to make the mentorship program successful. Ma'am, 1 second please. Sorry for interruption. Battery is low, so I have not kept on a switch off. So support is to be ensured broadly in time allocation, which is reduced. The mentor and the novice teacher working in close physical proximity to one another. Mentor and the beginning teacher teaching the same year subject level. So this is something which I was focusing on, like why this mentorship program we can use for the teacher as well as active support from higher education leadership for both beginning teacher and the mentor. So this is very much important. Hand in hand, we need to plan the mentorship program to make it success. Next slide, please, ma'am. So mentee, now we have discussed about mentorship program, the state, the objective, the benefits. Now, who exactly mean by mentee and mentor? So mentee, a mentee is someone who has identified a specific personal or professional goal and who believe that guidance and help of a mentor and being held accountable to the mentor can help them achieve their goal. As anyone who want to learn and seek valuable advice from someone who knows in order to grow professionally and or personally. Mentee, the needs to actively participate, retain critical faculties, seek new capacities, seek overall development other than the domain area, remain open to multiple influences and own responsibility for a success. So suppose he is not able to get the success in a life, he can't blame the only a mentor, because He's equally responsible for his personal growth and development. For empowering the teachers in the broad spectrum in the area and developing their holistic personality, two-phase mentoring strategies we need to initiate, especially for our teachers who are a new entrant in a higher education system, have to be planned. So we need to plan a various activity under this mentorship program to empower the teacher to act as a mentor. Okay, so this is very much important. Next slide, please, ma'am. Who is a mentor? Mentor is a teacher or an advisor who leads through a guidance. A mentor is an individual with expertise who can help develop the career of the mentee. The mentor guides, train, advise, and promotes the career developments of the mentee. A mentor is anyone who offers knowledge, insight, perspective, or wisdom that helps other people professionally and also goes beyond duty or obligation. So we can, for a simplicity, we can categorize the mentoring function into two: career and psychological. So I feel in higher education, the both aspects is equally important and necessity, because every single student, they enter into the higher education for the career development, whereas that is something a transition stage for the that particular student who is not able to understand that the demand and maybe a psychological requirement. So here, both aspects we need to take while considering this mentorship program. Next slide, please, ma'am. So personality characteristics of a mentor. Uh, when, if you as a faculty want to become a successful mentor, we also need to focus on the some personality aspects. Require knowledge. We have to work as a role model, very confident, willingness to nurture, being the parents at in the family. We are all nurturing the our kids, our daughter and the son. But here, our student, how we are nurturing them. Volunteer to participate. This is a willingness to work as a mentor. Though formally in your institute there is a mentorship program, but if you are saying, "Ki, I'm not comfortable with the mentorship program, I won't work, I will not work, I will not give my time," then you can't succeed into the mentorship program. So it's supposed to be a voluntary type. Empathy, flexible, and collaborative approach. Continuous learner. Like being the mentor also, this is a part of our life. We need to understand the importance and to learn continuously, because which is something, suppose I'm just talking about the new aspects of the communication mode or the these are the new software. If you are not able to understand, then maybe we also will remain out of the competition. So just to remain into the competition, being a mentor, we also learn the new things: good interpersonal skill, diplomat, non-competitive, and a committed to various things, like committed to a particular time, committed to what is your duties and the responsibility. So these are the certain personality characteristics of a mentor, to if you want to consider as or want to a future mentor, good mentor. Next slide, please, ma'am. Now, mentoring functions. So, career functions helps. Ma'am, first function, career functions help the mentee learn and ropes prepare for career advancement. So here we can coach them, giving challenging various assignment, exposure and visibility, and a protection. So these are these are a few guidelines under the career function. Here, mentor also can take a help of various people while helping the student or a mentor for coaching, for giving a assignment, exposure, and visibility. Next slide, please. Now, the psychological function helps the mentee develop a sense of competence and a clarity of identity. So here, role modeling is very much important. Here, we can help. This is even in the education system also, they're teaching technology or teaching methodology. We are using this role modeling as one teaching method. So here we can give a various role model personality aspect, how they have start from zero to hero, their journey, their success, So we can ask the mentor to read the biography of various leaders, or like how to work for the personality development, acceptance and confirmation, counseling, and a friendship. So this is a psychological functions which come under the mentorship function. Next slide, please, ma'am. Now, what could be the qualities of a mentor? Willingness to serve as a source of information, both in the mentee's fields and within the institution, as an advisor who provide a multiple perspective with guidance on the better options, as an advocate, confident and a friend, as a sounding board, as a person who open a door and facilitates connection, and as a sponsor and promoter to others in the community. When we are getting the experience, it doesn't mean that every year by age we are getting experience, not at all. We are getting a experience. For that we need to explore the knowledge, we need to practice what we learn, we need to practice in the personal life as well as in the professional life. So there are many senior faculty also. They are senior, but they are not what we can say the adaptive. So due to that, they remain uh, at their own positions. Like how from where they start, they are at that position only. So if you want to work as a mentor, we need to like that. We need to understand. We need to read. We need to explore the knowledge. We need to identify what is needed for the maybe nowadays you can maybe you also experience the same. Students, they're coming with the various problems, issues, questions with you. They're approaching to you, and maybe sometimes it happens that you are not able to understand, and you don't have an answer, and maybe you don't have that particular information to share with them. So simply you can ask them, give me a time, I can explore for you, because now all the particular this Google Baba is with you, and with your personal what you can say the your PR, you can ask the your supporter, or from various ways you can collect that information, and then you can pass it to your mentee. There is nothing wrong in that process sometimes, but that is something adaptive nature. You need to understand. If and there is no nothing to be a nervous that, oh, my mentee is coming with the issue and I don't have an answer. This is a simple relationship, because nobody is a excellent or a perfect. Everyone is in a learning phase. To be specific, mentor provide a constructive feedback by reviewing their mentee's draft proposal, and here the people, they are coming with their assignment, their different what write up. So here we need to have that particular habit of like grammatical mistakes, so we can take a help from person who is having expertise skill in that particular language. Like mentors can also provide a constructive feedback on the instructional activity both inside and outside of the classroom. Suppose you are asking your mentee for a socialize, so asking them to go on some field work and make a report of that. So that is something you are giving them instructional activity, or observe the behavior of the people, how they behave into various area, how they behave, how they communicate. So these are certain things which can help in the personality of the mentee. While it is not required, it is valuable and encouraged to involve their mentee as a co-author in a proposal or facilitate contract with other as appropriate. You can write a research paper, you can initiate various activity with the with the support of your mentee. So suppose he's writing something, you can help, you can be a co-guide, and you can help them to do some research activity, research oriented activity that is equally helpful for both the party, mentee as well as a mentor. Mentor may also involve the mentee as a collaborator leading to a co-authorship or a journal research and many things. Next slide, please, ma'am. We can say it can be a joint venture where while helping a mentor, you're also learning. आपकी भी personality develop होएंगी. Demonstrate success in a professional activity essential for tenure and the promotion of the faculty, including having secured and sustainable external research funding. Publish extensively in a peer review. When you are having all such an activity that not only help the mentee, plus value addition to your CV, your profile as well. mature professional and the research career standing and readiness to the nurture younger colleagues, ability to desire to work with others with unselfishness, caring, genuine interest in the welfare of the faculty, department, and the larger research community at the university. Mentor values. I have seen many professors when they are doing any research, they are so isolated. They feel that "Ki, this is my own idea. Then they are never sharing with others. But I feel this is something which maybe reducing the scope. Suppose you are sharing some idea with your colleagues, maybe they will add their values, their idea into your idea. है ना? लेकिन what we fear that कि maybe they will steal your idea or churana. So better not to discuss my concept with others. So don't do that. Don't do something which is in a isolation. That very transparent. Yeah, that's why I'm always focused that you have to be certain type of this personality aspect to make yourself also very socialized by nature. Next slide, please, ma'am.
Just a minute, ma'am.
Ma'am, we will have the questions at the end. If you with them, ma'am.
Ma'am, just a minute, ma'am.
Yes.
I think there is a network issue. Just a minute, ma'am. Please wait for 1 minute. Able to see the slides, ma'am?
Yes, yes. Can I continue?
Yes, ma'am.
You just press once again.
Yes, ma'am.
You need to press once again one button. So these are the desirable qualities of a mentor: assertive, knowledgeable, confident, competent, approachable, honest, empathetic, a good listener, experienced, trustworthy, patient, accessible, creative, kind, consistent, fair, non-judgmental, respected by their peers, and so there are many personality aspects if you want to become the good mentor. So these are the desirable qualities of a mentor. There is a end list. Next slide, please. Now, expectation from a mentor. Now, this is something during the mentorship program, the institute, they are having some expectation from a mentor. Awareness of the mentee teacher's context of a learning, understanding of a teaching practicum requirement and the teacher learning aspects, contextual knowledge of a mentee's teacher online learning modules, pedagogy of adult learning, and mentoring a knowledge of the teaching profession. Because teaching into KG is totally different than teaching into the higher education, to the teaching into the PG. Because here, maybe everyone is having an experience, you're having many issues. We can't directly insult the student because they are mature enough. So we need to understand, and according to that, we need to guide the student and your mentor, mentee. Understanding of the higher education system and teachers' effectiveness performance criteria, collection and interpretation of evidence of a learning, analysis and reflection on evidence of learning, use of effective observation skills and the strategy. This is very much important that like the students, uh, every mentor also or a faculty, we have a certain perception which is based on the first meeting or prior to that, like the students from engineering background, when they are coming into the higher education, we as a faculty or we as a mentor also carry some perception. The people from the students who are coming from art background, science background, or various background, or various region, or various particular geographical region. So they are like this only. So when we are carrying certain perception, that's why earlier I said that you have to be very neutral, because in a higher education, there is a chances that you'll find that the student They are coming from the diverse background. So we need to feel that diversity is on the basis of like we can't like count also, maybe educational age, gender, and whatnot. So we need to understand, and according to that, we need to frame the role as a mentor. Use effective observe. For that, we need to use observation skill, demonstration of a professional leadership, and understanding of the potentiality of effective teaching. Counseling and a guidance skill suiting to the needs of requirement of a mentee, role model in a various dimension of academic. So here it is very much important for every mentor to align their personal objective with the your institute objective, and then there is always something. We have a mission statement of every education institute. So we need to frame the objective or strategies for make this mentorship program align with the objective and the of your organization, your institute. Next slide, please, ma'am. So qualification and experience of a mentor. So this is a generalized. I'm talking about the research development, because this is we are focusing about the higher education system and how the mentorship program we are implementing in the higher education system. So research and these are they need to contribute in any area. Research and development, curriculum development, instructional material development, or what we can say the resource or note, writing a book, counseling, member of a national or international policy level committees. Maybe recently the India, we have framed the new education policy, and my own university, Savitribai Phule, Pune University, you might aware about that, is a very famous university. Pune we consider as the Oxford of education of India. So they have invited us to a committee member into giving the feedback on the national education policy, especially aligned with the management perspective. That is, I'm dealing with the MBA. So that's why this is something which is very much important. You are a member of on some policy development, not necessary at a higher level, but you can be working as the policy framing in your own institute also. Engage in a motivational talk, direct subject teaching. So I think everyone are directly linked with your core subject area. Mentor should be physically and mentally fit to the satisfaction of mentee. I always focus on, even whenever I'm going in an offline session also. So aligned with this mentorship program, I always focus on not only mentally, physically. It is important that physically everyone is working on their physical fitness, but we are lagging into a mentally fitness. Because suppose your mentor is coming with some issue and you're saying, no, I'm not in a mood to help you. Or maybe your language, your tone, your pitch is totally different than the normal tone. Then maybe your mentee will get nervous, and he will next time he will feel that should I approach to my mentor or not. So this should not happen in the next time. You need to understand that whatever, every person is carrying a stress. That's why I always focus on you need to practice before giving guidance to your mentee. You need to practice a stress management therapy for your well-being, your mental well-being. You always need to start your day with a fresh mindset. So that is because you are a role model for your mentee. So this is very much important. That is the qualification. Apart from the qualification and experience, what is additional requirement to physically and mentally fit to become a good mentor? Next slide, please, ma'am. Now, role of a mentors: offer advice that helps the mentee develop. The role is not to make decision or the mentee. Sometimes we can't, because we are just helping. We are providing them alternative. We are not here to advise him ki ye karo, wo karo, and this is wrong, this is right. No, we are giving them an alternative. We are showing them various options. Let them decide what is his particular decision. Train to be very efficient. Guidance and advice for one mentee may also be appropriate for another. Be aware of potential, because suppose you are giving one particular, because you working as a mentor and you have a many mentee, you are giving one particular advice to one person. Maybe that is not suitable for the other. So according to the requirement, maybe they both have same problem, but one advice is not suitable for same both mentee. So according to the that requirement, you need to understand and then advise your mentee. Be aware of potential pitfalls. Over dependence of a mentee exploitation of a mentor's influences. This happen many times. It is observation from many organizations that during this mentorship program also, you might have heard that this same thing is happened during the PhD guideship also. This is again a relationship where the teachers or the guide, they are doing exploitation of their students. So we need to again do's and don'ts. So here we need to avoid such things. Be sensitive to the difference between a developing a mentee and using a mentee. So during this mentorship program, you can't ask your personal work. You can't ask simply, "Hey, do this, do that." No, you need to avoid again. Be aware of the dynamic of the relationship. Developmental needs may change. So here, this is not only the role of mentors. These are a few role of a mentors. Next slide, please, ma'am. Now, structure of a mentorship program: mentor-mentee matching. This is something which is very what we can say the during the formal mentorship program. It's a challenging issue. In the formal mentorship program, according to some specific pre-decided criteria, the mentor is allotted a few mentee. That's why in higher education institutes concerned with my institute, we have given option for both the mentorship program. We have a formal mentorship program, like when the student they enroll during the first year, we are giving them a mentor, and we are also asking them, you have a freedom according to your specialization, according to your choice, according to your communication with the various faculty, you can select your own mentor. Parallel to that, we have a strong alumni uh, relationship, and we are also giving them freedom that you can also connect with your mentor alumni. Plus, we have a good placement sale, and we have given them liberty during the internship program. If you find that any professional from any industry you want to select as your mentor, you can select. So this is something, there is a mentor-mentee matching. We need to have a various scopes, and we can give all the options to a student to work to who want to be a mentee. Regular meeting. So this is very much, and if we have a systematic planning to conduct the meeting, that is really worth to keep a, even we need to note down the minutes of meeting, which is really worth. Workshops and the seminar, conducting workshop and seminars on the various topics such as the resume building, interview skills, industry. That is a collaborative approach. Any higher education institute they can start in their organization for during in this mentorship program. Feedback and evaluation. Without feedback, you can't get a succeed. If you want to identify whether your any event, any program, or any activity, have you received a succeed or not, so you need to conduct and you need to make the feedback system very concrete. So feedback and evaluation is very much important. Like, what is the takeaway from that particular event? Whether the objective of that particular, because you start any event with some keeping some objective in mind, and you need to evaluate and take a feedback from the student whether it is achieved or not. Networking events. So for networking event, this is a current scenario we are into the having the options, multiple options for this networking, online, offline. So you can connect with the international level as well as organizing a networking events to connect mentees with alumni, industry experts, and the potential employees. So we can have a various MOU tie up with the various industries to explore, and which definitely help the mentorship program in the higher education institutes. Next slide, please, ma'am. Now, what are the benefits of the mentorship program? Enhance the academic performance of the member. Mentorship helps students improve their academic performance by providing personalized support and resources. Career readiness. Students gain valuable insight and guidance on career planning, making them more prepared for the job market. When people are coming, taking admission in the higher education institute, they are a totally raw. We consider them as a raw material. And when we are here to process them, and then making them ready for a market. So this is very much important aspect for any organization to help the students for the career readiness. Now, personal growth. The mentorship encourages personal development, helping students build confidence and the essential life skill. Increase engagement. Now, students who participate in mentorship programs are often more engaged with their studies and campus activities. So it is very much important that engagement, making them engage with various activity. Don't give a lapse. So this is like you have a various academic calendar in the beginning. So according to that, you can maybe in a group also you can give the various activity to make them engage. Stronger alumni relationship, that is really help your organization. If you have a strong, even I focus this particular issue into the networking. If you have a strong alumni relationship, because your past mentee, they are also giving a feedback and the information with your current existing mentee, that this mentor is good, this professor is good, this institute is good, and they are always giving the feedback to the students, to the current or existing student. You need to connect to your, and not only for the mentorship program, they can also become a formal and informal mentor to your existing students. So mentorship programs strengthen alumni mentor relations by involving former student as a mentors, fostering a sense of community and giving back. Next slide, please, ma'am. Additional roles and characteristics of a mentors. So these are additional. We have already discussed what are the role, but these are the additional roles of a mentor: role model, energizer, imagineer, investor, supporter, standard podder, teacher, coach, feedback giver, eye opener, door opener, ideas bouncer, problem solver, career counselor, challenger, and many more. Next slide, please, ma'am. So mentor-mentee meeting. So there are a certain, what we can say, the guideline which is given for a mentee and for a mentor. So for a meeting, for a mentee, it is a very important aspects that they need to frame concrete or realistic goal for their career advancement to become a success in their life. Time commitment is very, very, very important. So when you are giving time to that particular activity, you need to consider that that activity, that particular event, that particular project is supposed to be submitted and complete within that time frame. Whenever you are giving time or taking an appointment, you need to try to reach. So you need to justice with, that's why time management play an important role in your personal life, as well as clarifying the roles and the responsibility. In this matter, I really appreciate the IoT Academy. They always start their every session at dot. If they're giving me a time by 1:30, prior 5 minutes, they're asking the resource person to join 10 minutes prior to avoid any technical glitches. So I really appreciate the regarding like the time management, time commitment. So hats off to all the staff of IoT Academy. Clarifying roles and the responsibility, feedback and communication, be efficient, respect boundaries. So respect boundaries means sometimes your education, they're having certain boundaries. So you need to follow that boundaries. Like you might be aware that like according to the these UGC norms or the AICTE norms, they are already given certain things like you can't discriminate your classmates on the basis of gender, races, caste, creed, or you need to you have to behave with your teacher appropriate behavior. There is something which is relevant, which related to your character, your personality, your personal behavior. What is to be avoided and what is you can't rag to any junior. Then maybe sometime you need to smoking in the campuses, college campuses or higher education institute is strictly prohibited. So this is something. So you need to, if there is a something which is important for your education, you has to follow the boundary. You need to respect that for a mentor. So establish effective working relationship, create an environment for a learning, context of a practice and the leadership. So this is very much important for a mentor-mentee meeting. Next slide, please, ma'am. So this is something which I already developed. This is a model I feel that if I can request IoT Academy, this is a model base. There are many model we can practice. If you, on behalf of me, if you share this model with all the participants, that really helpful. So how to implement? So this is a model like how to get start with the mentorship program, then defining coaching and mentoring, setting goal, understanding the reality, developing options, wrapping it all up. Next slide, please. So this is one model which is developed. Then the importance of trust, providing of feedback. So this is you can also providing feedback, overcoming the roadblocks, reaching the end, how mentoring differs from the coaching. We are aware about being a faculty. That could be possible your query that what is the difference between coaching and mentoring. The coaching, which is deal with the particular subject, not mentoring is totally different. And then wrapping up. So this is a strategic approach to make mentorship programs successful. So I request IoT Academy to share this PPT with all the participants so that they can discuss and they can help, take a help from this model. The last summary slide, please, ma'am. Learning does not learning does not only take place inside the classroom. Developing relationship with the student contribute their goal. Mentors also grow and learn while mentoring by solving issues. Mentors influence mentees. When the mentor role is taken seriously, it brings pride to the profession. Teachers as a mentor must invest in the student. So this is very much important that you have to develop the important aspects of this mentorship program and relevant to which help to overall ecosystem to make the your objective of your higher education institute successful. That is from my side. The last slide. The last slide. Now, after the program ends, many relationships come to the natural end, and when mentees learn enough to do independent from specific mentors, new mentoring relationship. Because here we formally end the mentorship program, but it doesn't mean that we have ended with the mentorship program. That is a willingness of both the party if they want to continue. Suppose your higher education, suppose I'm into MBA and there is only 2 years of MBA course. If any mentor, they want to mentor or mentee, that is their mutual understanding. If they want to continue with their mentorship program, they can continue with. Choice is theirs. Next slide, please, ma'am. So if any participant, they have any queries or a question, check it. With the kind permission from IIT Academy, our session is open. Somebody in while during my presentation, they have raised a hand, but due